Okay, listen to me, my humans. I have a deep, dark confession to make. That slip on day 8, it is now day 10, October 24th, 2025, and I had that slip on day 8. And I'm starting to realize that slip, I came forward and told you about it, but I really didn't dedicate myself back into seeing myself through the IC perspective. And it was a slip that caused a cascade of additional slips. And if we're not honest, and I just kept on going at that rate, it would continue to go downhill. So here I'm setting the stop sign, the boundary, the limit, the end of the slip, moving back. Let me show you some sharing of my screen. And we know the whole point of this baby is to get to the great life flip. And we do that by moving from here to this world where you have two contradicting voices in your head over to this world. And so the slip was originally not making my 3 videos. Now, the 3 videos, it's not that I can't make 3 videos each day. It's just that if I have these two conflicting voices, one of these voices saying, hey, that video sucked. Uh, Stop it, try it again. But then that voice switches and says, screw it, don't try it again. You're not good enough anyway. It's seeped in there. I've got to move over here, remembering that it's the IC that's telling me that it sucked, and it's the IC that's telling me that I can't do it. I, on the other hand, know that I can. I also know that they're not great right now, but I know that they will get great through practice. I know that failure is a wonderful thing because it teaches us how to get better. But over here, when you take failure and let the IC say, you failed, you suck, it becomes the dominating force. And it started to creep into other things. I haven't fallen apart totally. I'm getting by. But let me jump back over to old picture from the last video. Cool, beautiful, very creative. I'm awesome. Okay, so it started to slip across the board. And I'm just going to go ahead and get full out because I'm changing. I'm going to go back into full on mode, separate from the instinctual core. I let that hesitancy in one area fall apart across the board, and I wasn't using this glue of separating from the instinctual core to keep it all together. Because yesterday I wasn't like I was for the first 8 days, constantly remembering, okay, I am separate. I can take any situation and make it fantastic again. Overcoming anxiety, obviously, I slipped and still I've been making my yesterday I didn't get around to making the video because my first video was going to be, well, besides the day 9 video, my first video was going to be trying out a 30-second short, and I kept on letting the instinctual core send me fear and doubt, making me indecisive. And I have to catch those individually. Do a radar to catch it and say when I feel that doubt, and just say stop. I wasn't resetting. Okay, so I'm putting a slip there. Did I just do that? Slip there. Now, starting something new. This is where, if I've had a bad videography experience, didn't get through, then I'm already feeling down because I haven't made the separation. And it seeps into this where I start to try and do work and the doubt and basically all coming back to here. I'm not separating from my instinctual core, and I'm in no way failing. I'm pointing out that I have had a little 2-day slip here, and I'm going to do it across the board because starting something new, instead of focusing in for those five hours after, well, so I do the videos, live videoing for an hour and a half. Then I get the editing, not much editing, but just enough so that it's appropriate to post it. And then I do another 3 hours of work on all sorts of things I need to launch this. But if I've already let doubt seep in, if I've already let the instinctual core send fear, send judgment, send demands, the judgments being you're no good, send demands, quit, go find something else to do. It seeps down through. And then at the end, after that, I'm like, okay, well, I've pretty much failed across the board. I'm not separate. And the instinctual core says, well, you need a victory somewhere. So I had that Diet Coke. And that was on day 8. Now I on day 9 yesterday, I went to the Olive Garden because my mom loves the Olive Garden and I have a race in 2 days. And so I'm like, well, I got a carb load. That's total bullshit. You don't carb load at the Olive Garden. But I use this as an excuse because my IC wasn't strong enough to say, hey, we're not doing that anymore. Notice it's Domino's. It's Domino's, MFer. And I failed on that. Oh, that was, I'm sorry. It failed on the unhealthy nutrition. Also, I'm like, well, I've got to run in 2 days. I shouldn't do my workout. So I failed there too. It is not a problem of the system. The system is wonderful because I'm able to point out that I wasn't living it. And now I can re-up my decision to get back to the strength I had from the first day to the 8th day and just be cool that I've caught it in 2 days. Sometimes this could last a lifetime if I didn't cut up here and confess to the creepage of the slippage. And now I have. Okay? So let's go down the list and just do some quick radars. Separating from my instinctual core, I got up this morning and said, I'm going to do this right. I'm going to do this from the side of myself, reactivate myself. So that's a roar. I've got up this morning with life to come back and make this huge comeback. Okay? That's a roar there. Overcome anxiety. Obviously, I got on the camera. I didn't feel the anxiety and I didn't even know I knew what I was going to talk about, but I didn't rehearse it. Starting something new. I've caught myself, okay? So I've caught myself running away from sitting down and putting in the hours. That's a total quick catch. Just by announcing these slips. And I now am quick catching myself to not put another bad thing in my diet. I am not going to have more pasta and pizza to carb load. I'll have a couple sweet potatoes, get my run out of the way. It won't be as successful if I didn't have that 2 day slip, but I'm okay with it. And of course, I did not slip at all on alcohol. No way. And see, the most important thing is I'm trying to make the great life flip where I live. I'm living in the middle, somewhere between the default perspective, over here, where I've had these letting the arguments of the IC win because I believe in it's me, because it takes a while to make the full switch. Obviously, I've made the full switch on my exercise program, all because I've been doing it for 8 years. Obviously, I've made the full switch on alcoholism, but now I'm trying to do it across the board. And when I start to slip just a little bit, you want to announce that because to make the great life flip, I'm trying to get to a place where I'm always working from my human side. It's not a confession, it's not a failure, it's just a realization that it takes a while to make this flip. But once you do, once I start living over here 80, 90% of the time, everything's going to be better. But I'm on day 10. It's totally cool. All right? So, jumping back out of there, I'm psyched. Going forward, this is re-energize myself. I can get a full day in today. I'm going to get my videos, then get the work done, and then go have some fun with my kids afterwards. Okay, got Halloween coming up. We're going to do some setup, and that'll be tomorrow when I come in. That'll be my separate from my instinctual core. Instead of setting up Halloween decorations, which traditionally don't want to take any part in, I'm going to figure out a way to turn that monotonous, cumbersome task into a wonderful bout of creativity and in pleasure and enjoyment with my kids. So I've got it all stacked up. Everything in my favor now that I've made full confessions. It's so important. when we come to these meetings, and you are my meeting now, camera, you beautiful, lovely thing, to be honest, if we just kind of let it slack off just a little bit and don't talk about it, we're screwed. I think, I believe, I know, I'm confident that this admission is going to give me the life I need to go back in hardcore, get back to where I was the first 8 days, and I can put these 2 days behind me and then start launching forward from here. Okay, uh, that's my confession. That's the full truth, nothing but the truth, and let's continue from here. Adios.